My name is Dev, and I'm the program director of all the internships programs here at Edureka. And for today, I am going to be your host, explaining you all the topics regarding the whole software development life cycle, how software engineering happens, and what role does software testing play in that whole ecosystem. I'm so excited to see that there are so many people who have joined over here. Right about now, I see that there are about 84 participants and we are still adding. So I'm really looking forward to have a lot of conversation with you guys throughout this session. You guys can also drop in what are your point of views about joining this particular session. What exactly is the goal that you have in your mind in the Q&A tab? Okay. In the meantime, let me just go ahead and discuss the agenda. So today in this session, right, we are going to discuss what is software testing. Okay, how does it fit into the whole ecosystem of software engineering, software development? All right, what is the demand for software testing professionals? I'm pretty sure that all of you over here are looking forward to go ahead and get a job opportunity in this particular domain, maybe start off as a software engineer, correct? Chitra is saying that, yes, I want to start my career. I'm from a non-IT background, civil engineering. Okay, but I have heard that there's a lot of opportunity in the IT domain. Yes, that's absolutely right, Chitra. Yes. Okay, great. So Chitra is saying to get into the software development. There is Prayag who is saying that I'm aiming to become a DevOps engineer in the future, but I want to start with this because, okay, great, Prayag. I see that you have done some research around this particular domain. Everyone drop in your point of views through, why exactly you've joined this particular session. What are your long-term views? And I will read them out, okay? Great, Prayag, great, Chitra. So we are going to discuss the demand of software testing professionals, how it will fit in to the whole ecosystem of software engineering, software development. So now, if in case you want to go ahead and become a professional in this particular domain, you have a long-term view, right? You need to have project exposure, right? And that is exactly why a lot of people sign up for, our program, because we go ahead and build 4 different industry-grade projects throughout the next 4 months that you will be part of this internship program, okay? You will obviously, earn a few certificates as and when you complete your projects. We will also understand what are the trending tools and technologies you guys are going to learn. Explain the answer to your question in a while. Okay. All right. I see that almost everyone has participated. There are a few people still pending, but I will have to end the poll right now, guys. Okay. Let's go ahead and then move to the agenda of the session, the first part of the agenda, right? What is SDLC? What is SDLC? Right, we have been talking about testing. We are talking about how it will fit in the whole domain of what you can say software engineering and everything. Let me just go ahead and first understand how many of you have done a little bit of research around this particular domain. Anyone who can answer what is SDLC? Okay, again, Chitra is the first one to answer. Chitra, that is the right answer. I will read it out in a couple of minutes because I want to give the chance to some other participants also. Okay, Shri Karthik is again right, but yeah, there's a little bit of a what you can say mistake. Muhammad Yusuf, correct answer, absolutely right answer. Right, I see that there is Suleiman who has also given the right answer. Great, guys. So I see that there are a lot of people who are right now dropping in their answers. Okay, Mansi Kulkarni also correct answer. Great. All right, Jacob, right answer. Great. All right, so excited. Every one of you have done a little bit of research around this software development life cycle, right? Software development life cycle is what we commonly call as SDLC in in the what you can say in the IT terms, right? If in case you want to become a part of this particular domain, you have taken your first step, you are doing your research around it, you have answered the question correctly, right? SDLC is something that you guys are going to become an integral part of, right? And if that is something that you are looking forward to become, right, let me just go ahead and explain to you this in very simple terms. Okay, so all of us use softwares on a regular basis. The fact is that the way that we are communicating right now, we are using a software itself, right? A software is an application, right, which is used to accomplish a particular task over a digital platform, right? Over a digital platform, right? We want to accomplish some tasks, okay? And we use softwares for that, right? And the second thing is, right, when we go ahead and build a particular software, right, it is not just, okay, this is the software that I want to build, I will just go ahead and build it just like that. It doesn't work that way, right? Because softwares will have different requirements. Softwares will have different components that meet those requirements, correct? So what we have is something called as a software development life cycle, which is majorly a systematic way, of building a particular software. Okay, when we go ahead and build a software, we do not just jump into writing codes, right? This is a very common misconception that, okay, I want to become a software developer, I need to have very strong coding exposure. Obviously that is something that is definitely required, but in today's world, right, where optimization is very important, you guys must have heard of, like, different software development life cycle processes. Like, how many of you guys have heard of DevOps? Right, you guys would have heard of DevOps. Like, you guys would have heard of Agile, waterfall model. There are a lot of different models, right? Now what happens over here is, when you want to go ahead and develop a software that will meet certain requirements. Let's take an example of, how many of you guys use WhatsApp, guys? Everyone uses WhatsApp? Everyone uses WhatsApp? Yes, yes, yes. Great. So I want this conversation to keep on continuing throughout the session. I want all of you to be as interactive as possible throughout the session, so that I can be confident that all of you are able to understand what I'm explaining, and you guys can also ask in your questions as and when it comes to your mind. Okay, any software that we discuss about, right, let's consider WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp is a chatting platform, right? We can text. The initial requirement of WhatsApp was just to be able to text over an internet platform, right, over a web application, basically, right? So how would the developers of WhatsApp would have started this whole process of building this application? They would have first planned it, right? They would not have directly jumped into coding. They would have first planned it. What is the whole goal of this particular software, right? What requirement are we trying to meet by building this particular software, right? They would have first planned it. They would have first defined what is the requirement of this particular software, and they would have understood what are the resources required, correct? They would have understood what are the resources required. So once that was done, right, they would have done an analysis. Okay, what is the requirement? Let's say I want to build a chatting software. What, what you can say, what understanding, does a particular user needs? Like, basically, there would be one particular page for all the chats happening with one particular person, right? So requirements, end user requirements, the person who will be using the application, what are the requirements of that particular person, so that they can use it very conveniently. Okay, so that they can use it very conveniently, that analysis has to be done, so that the design of the particular software, the blueprint of that particular software, how it will look, how it will feel, what architecture will it have in the back end, right? All of that can be designed according to this planning and analysis which is done. Then we will go ahead and start with the coding. Okay, coding is literally the fourth step, right? So now the developers will go ahead and develop the actual code after doing a proper planning, analysis of the end user requirement, how the design should be, so that, all of these above requirements which we have planned and analyzed can be met properly. Once that design, that blueprint is made, we will start coding. Okay, now the most important thing, when we go ahead and write a code, okay, in the test environment, like, it might work absolutely fine, right? Or by just reading the code, we will feel like, okay, this particular code looks good and we can just deploy. That will be a huge mistake. We cannot just go ahead and deploy an application just like that, because it might have a lot of errors, it might have a lot of bugs. Even the real time application that we use, right, they come across a lot of bugs, correct? There's a lot of delay sometimes, right? You might find that, okay, WhatsApp will also have like 1-2 minutes downtime somewhere here and there, right? How are those issues fixed? Before WhatsApp was released to everyone, for every person to go ahead and use, right? What would they have done? They would have tested if all the functionalities are working properly or not. Without testing, any product cannot be released to the market. Okay, that is where your software testing comes into picture, and that is why it is so much important. We will go ahead and discuss different methodologies of how testing is done, and what all components should be tested before we go ahead and release any product, new or an upgrade version of the product. Okay, what testing methodology should be used, we will go ahead and learn. Okay, now the second thing is, once the testing is done, the initial testing is done, we will go ahead and deploy the software so that everyone can go ahead and start using it. Okay, everyone can go ahead and start using it, releasing the software for public use. That is deployment. Okay, then the last part comes is maintenance. Every application that we use on a regular basis, right, undergoes a regular maintenance servicing. Okay, the server side is maintained, the UI UX is maintained, right, the whole infrastructure in the backend will be maintained. Okay, and there will be a lot of bugs that will be reported by the users on a regular basis, right? So testers will always be in charge. Testers have no day off. Basically, they are always required in the industry, so that any application has any bugs that the organization that they're working for, they will be the person to go ahead and fix it and ensure that all the users, all the customers of that particular application, if today we are able to use WhatsApp, if today we are able to use Instagram seamlessly, right, Netflix, any application that we talk about it, okay, if we are able to use all of this application seamlessly without any issues, with utmost satisfaction, it is because of software testers, because they go ahead and use their skills to make sure that all of us are able to use this application seamlessly. Okay, Gorla Rajashekar, I see that you have raised your hand, Rajshekar. So can you just do one thing? See, you can just drop in your questions in the Q&A tab, okay, so that I can read it out and I will answer them in the real time, Rajshekar. Okay, I hope that you are able to find the Q&A tab at the bottom of your screen. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I hope that everyone is able to understand each and everything that I'm explaining right now. Correct? Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chitra says yes, sir. Great, great. Hassan says yes, yes. Prayag, okay, okay, great, great. Everyone is able to understand. Rajshekar, drop in your question. I see that you have raised your hand. Drop in your question. Manju Roman, yes, sir. Great, great, Manju. All right, all right, great. I'm seeing a lot of yeses over here. I'm so sorry if I'm not able to call out all of your names, but I'm glad that all of you are able to understand. Anytime any question comes in your mind, feel free to drop in. Okay, I will make sure that I answer. Yes, and great, Aditya Patil. Thank you. Yes, sir, Gorla Rajshekar. Okay, great, great. Awesome, awesome. So let's go ahead and move, to understand what is basically software testing. We have already discussed this in a way, right? Okay, what is software testing? Software testing is basically one of the most important phases of the process of building any software. Okay, if we are able to use so many software seamlessly without any issue, with utmost satisfaction, we prefer a few applications over others, right? There are a lot of other chatting applications, web applications, which we can use for chatting, right, with our friends, connecting with our loved ones and everything. But we always prefer WhatsApp because we feel that it is secure. We feel that it is very satisfying to use WhatsApp because it is very easy to use. Correct, all of these components are tested by software testers, and that is because of which we are able to use it seamlessly. Okay, so basically software testing, right, if I am to give you an understanding what is software testing, right, software testing would be a systematic way of, you need to go as software testers, right, you will go ahead and build a particular framework on the basis of which you can go ahead and test any application, right, and fix their errors. You have to have a keen eye for errors. Okay, you have to have a keen eye for errors, and you will be able to, what you can say, go ahead and test it. But more importantly, if you want to test something, right, if you want to test something, like we go through a lot of tests, we go through a lot of exams, right, it is not just random questions, right, it happens in a systematic way. Like, for example, we are all using Zoom right now, right? We are all using this platform Zoom, wherein we are going ahead and interacting. Okay, there are a lot of different components over here. Q&A tab where you guys are dropping in your responses, right? There is this one part where on your screen, my slide is visible, right? There is a component through which you are able to listen to my voice, right? So now if you want to go ahead and test it, right, you have to build a systematic process, right? So software testing basically involves a systematic process of checking the error in a code. Now this Zoom application is functioning because of a code, right? There is some kind of code because of which we are able to, whatever we are going ahead and discussing, whatever we are going ahead, whatever activity we are doing, it is all possible because of a code, right? So what testers will do, testers in Zoom, right, will go ahead and systematically check the code so that whatever what you can say activity we are doing, it can happen seamlessly. None of the components will break at any point of time. Correct? That is what the role of a software tester is. Okay. And before any, what you can say, basically all the specified requirements should be met before it is available to the end users. Okay. Now, software testing can be done in two different approaches, guys. I hope that all of you would have heard of these two approaches. One is manual testing and one is automation testing. Okay, manual testing is basically very simple as the name suggests. Okay, you will go ahead and open an application, you will go ahead and open an website. You will have a test framework written. As a tester, it will be one of your key responsibilities to write a test framework, a test methodology. We will go ahead and learn how we are going to understand all of that in a couple of slides more. Okay, we will actually work on a lot of projects which will involve real-time applications like Flipkart, Myntra, CureFit, right? All of these applications, we will go ahead and see that in a while. Okay. Now, let me just go ahead and explain to you what is manual testing. Manual testing is basically you will open any application, you will have your test framework. Okay. What all components you will have in what systematic order, I will go ahead and check all of these components. Okay. And you will do it manually. You will go ahead and execute the test cases. Okay. Manually, a human driven process to check the software defects. Okay. And all of these test cases you will do manually and ensure that the software functions correctly. This is manual testing, guys, as the name suggests. Okay, you will do everything manually. Okay, but in case of automation testing, what you will be doing is you will be running some predefined tests. Okay, predefined tests by working on a few scripts. Okay, on softwares and streamlining repetitive tasks. Now, why is automation testing required? Right? If we are going ahead and manually testing all the components, it takes a certain amount of time, right? And also there will be a lot of repetitive testing which happens. Repetitive testing which happens. So you will have to run all of those test cases again and again and again and again manually, right? That is where your automation tools. How many of you guys know a couple of automation tools? Drop in your responses in the Q&A tab, and I will go ahead and explain to you how we are going to help you out with that. Okay, automation tools that you guys know of, drop in the Q&A tab. Okay, so automation testing, what we will do is we will run predefined test. Diksha Agarwal, great. Manshi Kulkarni, great. Selenium, all right, awesome. There are a lot of other what you can say software testing automation tools, guys. Okay, a lot of people have responded Selenium. Okay, great. TestNG, great. Awesome. So Selenium absolutely is one of the most popular tools for automation testing. Okay. Selenium is majorly used for web driver testing, like website testing, web application testing. There are a lot of other tools which are used for mobile application testing, performance testing. All of those things we will go ahead and discuss, guys. All right. So automation basically improves the whole efficiency. Okay, so that is why it's always a combination of manual and automation, guys, because manually you will go ahead and write the test cases. Okay, and you will put it into your automation tool so that all of those test cases can be implemented automatically. Okay, it is very much great. That's right, Aditya Patil. Right. So we will go ahead and understand how you will write the test cases and how we will go ahead and automate it through automation tools. Now, a lot of people mention that I'm a beginner, right? I hope that this statement, right, can give you an understanding that both of this, right, you do not have to do a lot of coding, guys. Okay, because first thing, manually, so you can if you have the understanding of how a test framework works, how to design a test framework, which we will learn in this internship, you will be able to do manual testing first of all. Automation testing is the next version of manual testing. You have written your test cases. What you will do is you will set up predefined tests on a software. This is a tool-based technology, basically. Okay. This is not a code-based technology where you will write a lot of codes. You will need to learn a few scripts, okay, which we will go ahead and train you on, and you will be able to do it even if you have little to no coding language understanding. And the second thing, as we have been discussing throughout, right? This is your gateway to becoming a very prominent, like, what you can say, to have a very prominent role in the whole software development life cycle. So if in the longer run you want to go ahead and pursue your career as a software developer, maybe 1 year, 2 years down the line, while you come from a non-coding background, right, you can definitely go ahead and do it. At the same time, people who already have a lot of coding experience, right? A few people, 3, 4 people have mentioned that I have coding experience, right? This will be easy for you to go ahead and start off your career and then upgrade while becoming a very prominent part of the whole software development lifecycle. I hope that everyone is clear with this. Everyone is clear with this, guys? Yes, yes. Okay, okay, great, great. I see that Ravina has said yes. Hi, Ravina. This is your first response. I see Gorla Rajashekar. Yes, yes. Okay, okay. Yes, yes. Okay, great. Manju Roman. Yes, great. All right. So let's go ahead and understand the different types of software testing. Okay. The two things that we discussed in the previous slide is basically different approaches. How you can do testing. You can do it manually. You can do it through automation tools. Correct? Those are the two different approaches of how you can do testing. Okay. Now, there are different types of testing that you run on a particular application. Okay. First is, you will be doing unit testing. Okay. The first type is unit testing. Basically, it will focus on different components. Like we were just discussing in this Zoom platform, there are different components. One component where you are able to hear my voice. One component where you can see the video, the screen that I have shared. One component is where you go ahead and drop in your question, the Q&A tab, right? So all of these different components of a software product, right? Each of these component has to work properly, because that these are the unique points why we go ahead and use Zoom, right? This is the major requirement of Zoom, correct? So we need to make sure that all of these units are working properly, are functioning properly, right? So unit testing goes ahead and helps you to test individual units or individual components of the software. Okay. While at the second type of testing would be like, your integration test. Okay. So integration is basically all of these different modules, right? All of these different modules work hand in hand. Correct? Because right now I'm using three different modules. Okay. I have unmuted myself so that you can hear my voice. Okay. At the same time, I am sharing my screen so that you can see what I'm having to say. Right. And all of these are integrated with each other. Okay, we need to go ahead and check if all of these integrations work properly or not, right? So integration testing goes ahead and tests that. Okay, there is system testing. System testing, basically, if I am to support Zoom on my, like, what you can say, Zoom would have been like, hosted somewhere, right? The basically we are able to use it over an internet platform so that there is seamless conversation between us. As soon as a word comes out of my mind, word comes out of my mouth, basically, you are able to hear it. So all of these things are supported by a backend system. All of this are supported by a backend system, and we need to go ahead and check if all of these, like, requirements are being met or not, right? Let's say we use a lot of websites. Okay, we go ahead and use Netflix, for example. Everyone uses Netflix, right? Netflix is hosted somewhere, correct? If the platform on which Netflix is hosted is not able to go ahead and handle millions of viewers at the same time, right, then the system will fail and Netflix will not work properly for all of us, correct? So the testers, the system testers in working with Netflix, go ahead and keep a tight look at the system requirements. If all my system requirements running this particular application online real time, handling all of this traffic on my website, right, is working properly or not. Otherwise it will fail and people will have a lot of dissatisfaction with Netflix, right? So system testers do this. Okay, there is acceptance testing. Okay, let's say you're working with a client who has given you certain requirements. You have gone ahead and developed, like, that particular requirement. We will go ahead and see if according to the requirements which are given by the client, if whatever solution we have gone ahead and prepared are accepted. Like, is my client accepting the solution that I have given or not? User acceptance testing. You will hear of it as UAT. When you go ahead and pursue a career in this particular domain, you will be doing a lot of UATs, guys, user acceptance testing. Okay. Regression testing. Now, testing is something that we got to understand that, okay, whenever a new product is launched, we will go ahead and do a lot of testing, right? But there is also a lot of upgradations which is happening. There is also a lot of upgradations which happen. Like, for example, when WhatsApp was first launched, right? When WhatsApp was first launched, what was there? It was only a chatting application. You can only chat, right? But then, as and when time passed, right? WhatsApp felt the need to go ahead and upgrade its application. They thought that, okay, we can also introduce a calling functionality in our application, right? This will help people to go ahead and make calls and talk over the internet, right? So and basically chat and make calls on the same platform itself, right? It will become very convenient for everyone. That is what they thought. They released a new update. Okay, calling can be supported. Okay. Then as time passed, they released a new updated feature. Okay, you can do video call also. Okay. They released a third update. Okay, you can upload stories also. Correct. Now they have released communities. Right. So all of these different upgradations come, right? New features are added to applications at all the point of time. Now, whenever a new feature is released, okay, because it is all codes, right? Whenever a new feature is released, there is also a chance that the existing functionalities may go haywire, right? Regression testing, what it does is whenever there is a new upgrade, we need to go ahead and ensure that even if whatever changes, whatever updates we are bringing to our application, the existing functionalities are not negatively affected. Existing functionality should not be negatively affected, because just because I am planning to go ahead and release a new, what you can say, feature, my users are using this application for a certain requirement. If that is itself disrupted, then that will create a lot of problem, right? Everyone agrees with this? Yes. Okay, great. So all of that is very much required. We need to go ahead and make sure that the existing functionalities are going correctly. That is what regression testing is. Okay. Performance testing. Basically, any software, if we go ahead and use WhatsApp very frequently, if we go ahead and use Netflix, right, Amazon Prime, all of these are web applications, right? All of these are softwares in one or the other way, right? So we use these particular softwares because of their speed, because of their responsiveness, right? If we want to get some new features or something like that, the scalability is available. All of these testings, I think Aditya answered the tool in a while back, that the tool which is used for performance testing, Aditya Patil, I remember that Aditya Patil responded that JMeter is a tool which is used for performance testing. Right? Performance testing is very important, guys, because if your website that you are building, or let's say you are working for an organization in the next, let's say 7-8 months or 1 year from here, right? You are working at a product based company. Okay, let's say, for example, any product based company. Okay, and the performance of their particular application, their particular software reduces, you will definitely see a reduction in the people who are visiting that application, because we all require right now quick solution. If I click something, it should open immediately. Okay, I cannot wait for 5-6 minutes for it to buffer and then come, right? So performance testing is what ensures that all the system requirements are met. The speed and responsiveness of the application is 100% efficient. Okay, and we use JMeter for that, right? So security testing, right? If all the people who are using my application, all of their what you can say, information is secure or not, correct? There is no weaknesses, vulnerability in the software safety. Okay, that is what security testing is, and usability testing. So basically the whole UI UX part of it. Is it easy to use? Is it very convenient to use or not? Like Zoom right now we are using, it is very convenient. I can see everything in front of me. I can go ahead and click on the Q&A tab. It will automatically open. I will just type in my question. I can get responses. I can unmute myself, mute myself, share my screen very easy. Right? It is all
In this video,
user
let's have a
interface,
recap.
user experience, and overall usability of Zoom is awesome. That is the reason why Zoom is one of the most popular meeting platform or a webinar platform. Correct? So I hope that everyone is able to understand till now the different types of testing, the different approaches of testing, why all of these testing are important. Just type in a yes if you guys are able to understand each and everything, and more importantly, type in if you guys are able to understand what is the importance of testers, what is the importance of testers in this particular time in the world, right? Because in the near future we are not going to stop using softwares or web application at any point of time, right? We are not going to stop using softwares or what you can say web application at any point of time in the near future. Everyone agrees to it. Our lives are almost incomplete without softwares, right? Anything and everything that we do, we order food through a software, we watch movies through a software, right? We do not have to visit to a movie hall anymore, right? Movie theater anymore. We can just go ahead and wait for maybe 10-15 days, and the movie will be available on an OTT platform. I can just sit at my home and I can watch, right? It is all possible because of softwares. It is all possible because of applications. And to ensure that all of these applications are having the utmost what you can say responsiveness, utmost satisfaction for the customers, testers are very much required. Okay. Why software testing professionals will always stay in demand? I hope that I have answered this question. Chitra, yes sir. Okay, great. uh, okay, I see that yes, Hassan, that is something that it is actually a task. I see that you have a very keen eye for what you can say errors, right? So in this slide guys, I have put an error, okay, knowingly, so that I can understand if you guys are having a keen eye for error or not. And basically, if you guys have it, I see that Hassan already has it. As soon as I open the slide, within 2 seconds, it's like spelling mistake, right? So, see, basically, software testing professionals will always stay in demand because whenever you write a code, in the meantime, others also can go ahead and guess ki, what is the mistake in this particular slide, what is the particular mistake in this particular slide. If you can go ahead and type in the Q&A tab, I'll get to know that you guys have a very keen eye for mistakes. Okay. So software testing professionals will always stay in demand guys, because first of all, we are never going never going to stop using software. Okay. Softwares will always have the requirement to go ahead and upgrade themselves, right? Because of the advancement of technology. Okay, I see a lot of people have already started answering. Yes, that's right. Suleiman, that's right answer, right? The spelling of professional is wrong in this particular slide. Yes, great. All of you who have responded in the Q&A tab, amazing, guys, amazing. Okay, so you guys have a keen eye for mistakes, right? So, like, why will software testers always stay in demand? Because, see, we are not going to stop using softwares at any point of time. Applications will always keep on growing, right? As we speak, there will be a lot of applications which are getting released into the world right now after a preliminary round of testing itself. Okay. So continuous development. Any application undergoes continuous development, right? That is the whole core concept of DevOps. If you guys know about DevOps, you guys have researched about software development lifecycle, you guys would have heard the term DevOps, continuous integration, continuous deployment, right? Any application goes ahead and keep on updating themselves on a regular basis. Any error which is reported, it is continuously gone ahead and tested. It is continuously developed so that the fix to that particular error can be found, and then it is again tested and it is deployed. Okay. Because of this whole process, right, testing and quality and assurance is one of the most important roles in the industry right now. There is advancement of technologies every single day. There is an advancement of technology. User expectations, us as a user, our expectations never end. right? And it is the whole, what you can say, the whole industry is set in this way. The whole ecosystem that we stay in this way is that our expectation is that any time I go ahead and click something on a website, it should open immediately. If it doesn't open immediately, I will switch to an alternative because I have 10 other alternative platforms where I can go ahead and find a similar service, right? So our expectations as users will always be high. So that is the reason why testers and what you can say, quality assurance professionals will always stay in demand, because they need to ensure that the application that they are working with always meets the user expectations, right? Quality assurance definitely, and automation growth. Okay, all of these, what you can say, recurring activities can be done automatically and it can be scaled up. Okay, so all of these reasons why, you know, the quality assurance and software testing jobs are set to grow by 25%, 25% in between 2022 to 2032, and already 2 years have passed. And if you guys are aware, there is a tremendous growth in the number of requirements which has come for the testing growth. And there are a lot of technologies, lot of tools which are involved in this. If you are a master of all of these tools, basically, if you are having the skills required to go ahead and understand, how this can be done in the most efficient way, right? You guys will always be in demand. Okay. And basically there is another stat which is basically the net worth of this particular domain. How much amount of money will companies put together for the roles of software testers? That is 90.66 billion US dollars, guys. Okay, so that is the demand of this particular domain. Okay, what projects will we work on, Sri Karthik? Okay, we will go ahead and discuss that, Sri Karthik, because yeah, that is a very relevant question actually. That is a very relevant question actually, because without software, without your software projects, right, working on real time projects, correct, you will not be able to prove your, what you can say, metal when you are going ahead and applying for a role like this. Okay, applying for a role like this needs, you need to have hands on exposure. Okay, you need to have hands on exposure, and in like about 5 minutes from here we will go ahead and discuss what projects you guys will be working on. Okay, I also have the same question. I Same here, sir. Great, great. Okay, okay. Everyone, Ravina, Sri Karthik, just give me like maybe 2 to 3 minutes. I will take. Okay, before I jump into the projects. Okay, but then again, before we go over there, I believe I am very happy to see that a lot of people are worried about the projects because they want to go ahead and have that practical exposure, right? But and I'm pretty sure that all of you guys will have this question also, and a lot of people that we interact to on a regular basis, because when we do our career counseling sessions and everything, a lot of people ask, okay, see, I understand that you have a lot of opportunities in testing. I have also done my research. I know that there is a lot of opportunity in testing. Okay, but how much will I earn basically? What are the different roles that are available? Right? So we have added this slide recently, because a lot of people were asking this particular question. I am pretty sure that a lot of you will also have this question in your mind. Okay. So these are a few of the prominent roles that you can go ahead and apply for after going ahead and completing the internship, after getting all of the project exposure that we will be working on. Okay, you can become a quality analyst, a QA engineer. You can become a test environment manager. Okay, user acceptance testing. We were going ahead and discuss about that particular testing a couple of slides back, right? You can become a UAT tester. Okay, test architect. Now, test architect will be a little bit of a senior role. Okay, because you will be going ahead and what you can say, you will be going ahead and coordinating everything. You will be developing the whole test framework. You will be going ahead and coordinating with all the different kinds of testers, regression testers, system testers, security tester, everyone, right? So test architect will be kind of a senior role. Okay, and the salary, as you can see, is 20 LPA to 31 LPA, right? But this is like, you can expect to become this after maybe 3 to 4 years of experience. But even the starting salary, guys, if you can go ahead and see, okay, the starting salary, if you guys can go ahead and see, it is approximately 6.57 LPA. Okay. Now, how many of you guys think that just by attending your classes, like a lot of people have mentioned that I'm a beginner, I'm studying in this particular college and everything. How many of you guys have worked on a lot of projects in your college days, guys? How many of you guys have gone ahead and worked on a lot of projects, like five, six projects in your college? No, sir. That is why I'm looking for training. Okay. Okay, Hassan. That's right. Okay. In college, Ajanta, Meena. Okay. How many projects have you worked on, Ajanta? So, real time projects I'm talking about, right? If you guys have worked on like multiple projects based on what you can say, web applications like Flipkart, web applications like CureFit, that's great, Ajanta, Meena, right? Hassan is saying, I want to do projects. Okay, great. We will go ahead and discuss that, as I said. Right. Chitra is saying, no, sir. We study coding languages. Okay, but no projects, only errors. Okay, yeah. Right. So, all of this. So, one of the major reason why people go ahead and start with pursuing internships, or they come to us basically so that they can go ahead and get those projects. And all of these figures that you are seeing, guys, okay, it is not possible for you to go ahead and crack. What is the average package that you guys can get? What is the average package that you guys can get when you have everyone in your college will have the same project. Everyone will in your college will have the same curriculum, right? Everyone is basically the same. Okay, any interviewer, any organization will come for recruitment to your college. Everyone will have the similar kind of projects, everyone will have the similar curriculum, and they will be like, okay, I am a topper, I have got what you can say 9 CGPA, so that is why I am more eligible. See, world used to work like that a couple of years back. Nowadays it is all about your proactiveness, right? What extra you have done apart from your curriculum in your college. Apart from your curriculum in your college, you what extra have you done? Your college will claim that we go ahead and give a package of 8 lakhs, 9 lakhs, 13 lakhs. How many people get those opportunities? One, two, right? That's right. One or two people will get, and your college will claim that okay, we give package of this much amount. But that is not the whole scene. And also, do you guys understand why only one or two people get that kind of packages? Because they take an extra step, not because they have just ended up completing the curriculum and they have studied it, right? And all the people who get all of those extraordinary packages in your college, right? Extraordinary packages in your college. Do you think that they get it only because of completing their curriculum? It is absolutely impossible that if someone has completed the curriculum and just got 9 CGP or something like that, they will be eligible for those roles and for those CTC salary figures and everything. How many of you agree with this particular point? How many of you agree with this particular point? Okay, okay, yes, sir. Correct. Right. So, okay, Hassan has a very important point to say over here. One of my brothers, is working as a DevOps engineer. He started as, software tester about 2 years back by working on projects itself. Great, Hassan, right? So all of these things, right? All of these packages and everything that you guys see, and if you guys are just relying on your college to go ahead and give you those extraordinary figures. First of all, the average CTC of all the colleges that we have, we counsel our students on, they say that okay, I will get 3.5 LPA ka salary, from my college. What will you help me out with? See, what we will help you out with, or what you will be doing rather, is basically you will be working on projects like this, right? Someone asked this question, what projects we will be working on. See, these are the projects that you will be working on, and also I will go ahead and explain what all technologies you will master to go ahead and work on these projects. You will work on a mini project. Now, all the projects that I will be explaining in the next 2, 3 slides are all mini projects, guys. Okay. And you will be working on them on real-time application, lookalike applications of Flipkart. So the first project that you'll be working on is how to write a test script for a web application like Flipkart. Flipkart is one of the most widely used shopping platform, application and website in India, right? You will be using your understanding of software development life cycle. We will learn SDLC from the scratch. Okay. You will use your understanding of Jira, DevOps, test complete, and agile methodology of software development life cycle to go ahead and write a test script for a web application like Flipkart. Okay. Web application like Flipkart. Your second mini project is going to be a hybrid driven framework on platforms like Make My Trip. So basically, you will work on manual and automation testing by using Selenium. A lot of people have answered a while back in the Q&A tab that Selenium is the most popular automation testing platform, right? Automation testing application basically, right? So we will go ahead and learn Selenium. Okay, we will go ahead and learn Jenkins also. Okay, and your understanding of Java, JavaScript will help you to work on doing a website handling, website handling test case development basically for hybrid driven framework on platforms like Make My Trip. Okay. Then the third project that we will be working on is streamlining cross-platform testing. What is cross-platform testing? What is cross-platform testing, guys? Can I get a response in the Q&A tab? Everyone? Okay. Okay. Cross-platform means platform independent. That's right. Platform independent. Basically, wherever there is an application which works on multiple platforms, you can use it on basically a browser, web browser, compatibility testing, correct? Right. So, it should be compatible in multiple devices, right? Your UI UX should be compatible in multiple devices with different resolution, right? If you are clicking somewhere, it should take you to the right place, even if it is open on different types of what you can say platforms, different types of devices, all of those things, right? So you need to go ahead and streamline the cross platform testing, okay, be it on a mobile application. So I was also giving you an understanding, right? Selenium is a tool which is used for web driver testing, web application testing, okay. For mobile application testing, you can go ahead and use Appium. Okay, Appium is a mobile application testing tool. Okay, again, it's an automation tool. Okay, you will go ahead and do performance testing also over here. Browsers, operating system, Manju Roman, exactly right, correct. Nowadays, you have applications for Android, you have applications for iOS, right? Do you think that these applications would be tested differently? No, because we need to have a cross platform testing framework so that we can go ahead and test the functionalities in different types of devices, having different resolution. Maybe you use the application on a tablet, maybe you use an application on a laptop, on a PC, whatsoever, right? Whatever operating system you're working, right? This particular application should be very adaptable, very compatible, basically, as Aditya said correctly, with different browsers, different operating system, different types of devices having different resolutions, right? We will go ahead and streamline a cross-platform testing for application like CureFit and Mintra application. Okay, mobile application as well as browser application, right? All of you are excited to see all of these projects. How many of you guys are excited to work on these kind of projects? And basically, how many of you have the confidence that if you work on these kind of projects and you walk into an interview or maybe mention all of these projects in your professional portfolio, for example, like your LinkedIn profile, okay, like your resume. How many of you guys are confident that you guys can bag all of those, what you can say, opportunities or the roles that we saw in the last couple of slides? And how many of you are confident that you guys can bag those kind of salary figures as well? If you guys have all of these skills, guys, okay. See, just learning will not take you to what you can say, that kind of what you can say success. For success, you guys will have to take a step forward. You guys will have to do something different, and you guys will have to take the initiative to work on projects like this. Basically, I will tell you. So now a lot of people will have this question also. A lot of people have asked it in my previous sessions also. Sir, see, basically, I'm a beginner right now. Okay, how will I go ahead and work on these projects in a duration of 4 months? See, one of the things for you to be successful, how we have designed this internship program, I'll go ahead and tell you. Okay, I'll just take 2 minutes over here. You will basically be aligned with a working professional. Okay, so it's not a lecturer or a professor from some college who will go ahead and train you. Okay, what basically our instructors will be are they have like 8 to 9 years of experience in the domain of software development. Okay, they have been testers. They have worked on different what you can say phases of the SDLC, and now they have a tie up with Edureka. We have a understanding with those instructors so that they will make themselves available every day for a certain amount of time, for a small amount of time, to join for a particular batch and teach our students how to go ahead and learn all of these skills which are required to be successful in this domain. Okay, you will be learning from working professionals, not from professors or what you can say your lecturers. First of all, that is one thing. Okay. Second, as I said, you will have regular touch points. So it's not like a course. Okay. Usually, when you go for a course, right, you will join some class on Saturday, Sunday. Okay. You will learn for 3, 4 hours. Okay. And a lot of information will come. Now you're new to this particular technology, not sure how much you are understanding, but you are making notes and you are coming home. Okay. But this is not like that. You will have to attend regularly so that a certain amount of time, not a huge amount of time, 1 hour every day, let's say. Okay, you will join and learn small chunks of information. See, when you're learning some new technology, it is impossible for you to catch up if you are taking a lot of information at once over Saturday, Sunday, or weekend, or whatever, in your free time basically. Okay, in your free time basically, you just go ahead and consume a lot of information and you feel like, okay, I've learned everything, and you do not work on a lot of practicals. That will not take you anywhere. Okay, you have to dedicate 1 hour of time, small amount of time, to learn small chunk of information. There will be assignments after each class so that you work on them. Until and unless you get your hands dirty, until and unless you actually go ahead and practice what you have learned every day, you will not be confident about those topics, right? You will not be confident about those topics. So this whole program is designed in this way so that you will learn small chunks of information from experienced professionals by connecting with them every day. And not only that, practicing every day in form of assignments, in form of what you can say, these mini projects that I am discussing. Okay. So by this whole activity, right, this whole 360-degree, considering all the components of this, right, you will be able to successfully pursue a career in this particular domain because you are investing that much amount of time for this. Okay, you are investing that much amount of time for this. Okay, now all of you who are who are going ahead and saying that, okay, this is something that I can imagine and I am very confident, right? Then you guys should be able to do it. Okay. Now, without any further delay, let me just go ahead and explain to you what will be a major project. Okay. Your major project is going to be a data-driven testing on a e-commerce platform like Amazon. Okay. On an e-commerce platform like Amazon. You will be writing test cases for a platform like Amazon. Okay. Amazon, as you guys know, it has a very complex architecture. It is one of the largest websites with the highest amount of footfall that it gets on a regular basis. Okay, you will be working on a data driven testing, what you can say, framework test, the whole testing methodology you will be designing on a e-commerce platform like Amazon. Okay, and the tool that we will be studying over here is Log4j. This is very much important in any interview that you will attend for this particular, in this particular domain, for the job roles which are related for this, right? You will be asked to write test frameworks on data driven insights. Okay, because you will not, while you are testing a particular application, you will be running it multiple times, right? You will make some changes, you will test it if it is working fine or not. You find out that no, it is not working fine, you will go ahead and make some changes again. There will be multiple iterations that you will be doing, multiple attempts of testing that you will be doing. Not and all of these tests will have different results, right? Will you remember all of these results? No. So for that, every test outcome is logged. Okay, and the tools which we use are called log management tools. Okay, Log4j is one of the most prominent log management tools which are out there. Okay, and you will be working on that in any interview. You will be going ahead and getting this. Okay, so that is your final capstone project that you will be working. Okay, Total, like, basically 4 different projects you're working on, 3 mini projects on applications like Flipkart, Make My Trip, PureFit, Mintra, right? All of those applications, and your final project is on an Amazon like website. Okay. Now, to work on all of these, what you can say, projects, what all technologies you need to be proficient with, right? You need to have an understanding of SDLC, you need to have an understanding of Agile, Waterfall, DevOps. These are the 3 different types of SDLC. All the tools, Jira, Selenium, TestNG. A lot of people have mentioned these tools in the Q&A tab when I was asking a question previously, right? Git, Jenkins, Appium, JMeter, all of these tools we are going to use in different parts in the 4 months ahead of us, so that you guys can learn all of these tools and learn how to implement all of these tools in the real-time application, guys. Okay, in the real-time application. So, like, let's go ahead and understand now that I have worked on, like, all of these tools and I have worked on all of these projects. Obviously, you will need a certificate to go ahead and prove your mettle. You need to have all of these certificates uploaded to your professional portfolio so that recruiters can reach out to you by themselves. Okay. So you will be eligible to get any of these, like, certifications. Now, what I mean by any of these certifications. So this is a course completion certificate. Let's say someone just goes through this internship. They have not worked on any particular project, right? They will be eligible for the course completion certificate. But Edureka internship certificate is given to those who have completed at least 2 out of 4 projects. Okay. And not only this, when you are completing 2 out of 4, like, projects, the last project is mandatory. The last project is definitely mandatory. Okay. You will also be eligible for 100% career assistance services that we provide. Okay. 100% career assistance services, which will include your resume preparation, your professional portfolio building, like your LinkedIn profile building. Okay. You will get, like, career assistance in terms of interview preparation in terms of your, like, different rounds of recruitment, like your quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, all of those preparations, right? You will be getting, as well as you will be getting the access to our premium platform, which is Elevate. This is specifically for Edureka learners, the millions of learners that we have taught, and we have, like, what you can say, they have completed different programs with us, internship programs with us. They get this access so that they can find opportunities through this particular domain, through this particular application. Okay. So 2 out of 4 projects you need to go ahead and complete in order to be eligible for the 100% career assistance that we will provide to you. Okay. Now, the question must be, what is a super intern? So super intern is basically the elite of elite certifications that anyone can get in any cohort. Okay. For this, you have to complete all the 4 projects out of the 4 projects that we just discussed. Okay. And this will also give you 100% career assistance, but also this will ensure that you have the required skills to apply for all of the top companies that we have listed on Elevate, all the top companies that we have our tie-ups with through 11 to 12 years of experience of training people and giving corporate trainings as well. Right? We have a lot of tie-ups with multiple organizations through, like, corporate trainings that we provide to the employees to those companies, and they basically prefer to go ahead and hire people who already have the skills, who have already taken an initiative to learn these skills, to work on these kind of projects, so that, they can know that, okay, these are the people who will go ahead and do good. They have themselves taken the initiative, so if I go ahead and hire them, they will be able to perform well, right? To be eligible for all of those opportunities, if you guys are willing to go ahead and put your efforts, work on all the projects within the given timeline, you can become a super intern as well. Okay, you can become a super intern as well, and a lot of people should be aiming for the super intern certificate once you sign up for the program. Okay. Apart from that, obviously, we will be learning a lot of different tools throughout this particular session, throughout this particular internship program of 4 months, right? So, like, you will be also earning module specific certificates also. You will be also earning module specific certificates. So all the tools that we are learning, all the technologies, all the basically methodologies. So software engineering, okay, you will learn SDLC. You will learn the different testing fundamentals, like how to build test frameworks and everything. So for all of that, manual testing frameworks, continuous testing in DevOps by using different tools, okay, JMeter, Appium, Selenium, Test Complete, all of these tools, you will get module specific certificates also, so that you can enrich your professional portfolio that we will help you to build. Okay, so all of these things will be, you will be eligible for as and when you keep on completing all the modules and the respective projects. Okay, so 4 different projects as we have already discussed, and for completing these 4 different projects you will be awarded 9 different certifications, 8 module specific and 1 final certificate, either the course completion certificate or the Edureka internship certificate or the superintendent certificate. Now, most of my learners who are available in this particular session should be aiming for the superintendent certificate. Okay. Now, more about the program. I believe all of you would be curious that, okay, I see a lot of questions also coming in while I was delivering the session, that, I want to understand more about the class duration, how the classes will be, right? So my team will drop in the, details, the batch details in the chat section in a while. Okay. So that all of you can have it for your reference. Okay. Let me go ahead and explain to you. Okay. So basically the classes, as I have already told you, right? This is where, you will go ahead and connect with a working professional on a regular basis, to go ahead and learn small chunks of information, small chunks of information, and you will be getting a lot of assignments also which you will be working on, so that you can go ahead and become proficient. And that is to answer someone's question who, dropped in before, how will I become proficient in all of these technologies in this duration? Because you will be, going ahead and connecting, what you can say, connecting with our trainers on a regular basis, asking your doubts and queries, working on, what you can say, working on different projects, assignments, and everything throughout this, duration, so that you can become proficient in this. Okay. Who are our instructors and mentors? As we have already discussed, these are experienced professionals, quality assurance, software testing professionals, who will be going ahead and delivering the training to you. Okay. Because they have also started from the scratch. They have, around 8 to 9 years of experience. More than that, in fact, a few instructors have. They will be the right motivators. Not only that, as I was telling you, 100% career assistance, right? You will need interview coaches, people who can prepare you for interviews for these particular roles. Okay. So all of these instructors will help you throughout this. And usually what happens in your colleges also, or in any course that you sign up for, normal courses that you sign up for, even if they give you a career assistance, they will have interview preparation session 1 or 2 from a different person altogether, right? That is not how this works. Okay. You will be trained, you will be prepared for interviews by the same instructor itself, and this will happen throughout the 4 months. It is not something which is planned at the end. Okay. While you're going through modules, okay, you will have interview preparation simultaneously. Okay. So that you can be, a lot more sorted for these kind of roles, rather than just having some interview preparation session which is held just for, the sake of having those sessions. That is not how it is done. And that is why this internship is special. Okay. And because our instructors are industry experts, they know the current trends. So they will not be answering your questions, queries, some generic answers, some bookish understanding answers. They'll be giving you the responses as per the requirement in the industry these days. Who should join this internship program? See, anyone who is compassionate to go ahead and pursue their career in this particular domain. Okay. Whoever is interested to go ahead and pursue their, career in this particular domain, as we have already discussed, we'll start from the very basics, right? Software development fundamentals, all of those things, right? So you do not have any prerequisite to go ahead and join this particular session. If in case you are willing to put in that effort to attend the classes with our working professionals, to work on the projects and everything, right? You are dedicated to go ahead and, what you can say, complete this project, so that you can build your professional portfolio and pursue your career. You can go ahead and join this particular, internship program. Okay. More about, so basically, you must be wondering, okay, I am going to make a decision right now to go ahead and enroll, but I want to understand. See, basically the main features is what we have already discussed, right? If in case you are interested, you do not have any understanding, okay, you have some basic knowledge of how to work on a computer, right? you will be able to go ahead and join. These will be completely live classes. You can ask doubts. Okay, right here there are over like 97 participants right now, so I'm not able to unmute, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, but then again, the live classes that we will conduct for this particular internship program, it is a tight cohort. We will not allow more than 15 participants into a particular batch. Okay, so that all of you can go ahead and interact with the instructor properly, ask your doubts, clarify your queries, like while you are joining these classes. Okay, and you will be utilizing a lot of resources, as we discussed. A lot of different tools will be discussed, and you will be going ahead and becoming a master in all of those tools that we mentioned before. Okay, why do people struggle to get a job? Right, why do people struggle to get a job? We have already discussed. See, if in case you are not, like what you can say, aware of the latest technologies, you do not have, see, basically this particular domain is where you need to have mastery over multiple tools and technologies. You need to stay ahead of the curve. You need to have more understanding than other people who are applying for a similar job role. Correct? You do not learn the latest technologies, and more importantly, you do not have the practical exposure. Maybe you learn it through some YouTube video or something like that. Make note, that is not enough. That is not enough. You need to have real time projects. You need to be able to show them in interviews by uploading them in your, let's say, GitHub profile or something like that, which people can refer to without even meeting you. Okay, without even meeting you, they can go ahead and see what projects you have worked on, so that they can proactively reach out to you. This is very, very much important. Your professional portfolio, your coding portfolio is very, very much important, and all of these live projects that you will be working on should be available on your coding portfolio and your professional portfolio. That is where our career assistance services will, help you out a lot. Okay, you need to skill yourself. This is not something that I should be discussing, because we have already discussed this. Skills is something with which, on the basis of which, you will crack any opportunity. Okay, and you need to have career guidance. Okay, just learning skills is not enough. You need to have a proper coding portfolio, as I discussed. Your professional portfolio should be updated according to the keywords that are required in the current industry, according to how people search for people who are looking for these kind of roles, who are skilled in this particular domain. Okay, so that is something that you guys need to have. And here is a, what you can say, summary of what career assistance you will be getting. As we have already discussed, interview preparation throughout the, duration. Your placement assistance, you will be notified about interviews of tech companies through our a platform Elevate. Okay, your GitHub profile, your LinkedIn profile building. Okay, and not only that, these are all skill based, but also your verbal communication, your logical reasoning, your quantitative aptitude. See, these are the elimination rounds of any interview, right?